The Rewind
Sports 60. From the city of big shoulders, the jewel of the Midwest, comes a sports show that's one of a kind. From iconic players to iconic stadiums to iconic teams, this is my kind of town. Chicago! And the Rewind Sports 60 is my kind of show. From Air Jordan to sweetness to Papa Bear Hallis, this city works hard, but plays even harder. Danny Carlino and Jerry Riles bring you the Rewind Sports 60. Live. The Rewind Sports 60 starts now.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Rewind Sports 60. We're broadcasting and streaming live from the world's famous Serenella's Restaurante Italiano, right here in the heart of Wheeling. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Let's get to our esteemed panel. He's the one. He's the only one. DC, he's a stallion. He's Danny Carlino. What's up, DC?
Good morning, Jerry. Good to be with you once again.
Good to see you.
I thought you were going to get in some like third stringers to put in over there, since that's the theme of the week.
Oh, isn't it right? Right?
You know what? I had a phone call in to Matt Nagy, contemplating last night, late on the phone, trying to figure things out. If we should go with the starters, if we should go with the backup, and see. He said, Jerry, do what you think is best. We're going with the starter. He's the one. He's the only. Ladies and gentlemen, the best freelance sports writer here in the city of Chicago. My man, my dear friend, he's Gabe Salgado. What's up, Gabe?
Yeah, I don't like how we got duped at the last minute. We were kind of led to believe the starters were going to get a good chunk of the playing time, and it's all the backups playing. So, I mean, I understand why they did it, but at the same time, I think a little more advanced notice probably would have been.
Well, we'll get a chance to talk about that, Gabe Salgado, for sure, because I got mixed feelings, mixed emotions about it. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, just off the New York victory with the one. Second place finish isn't bad. Not bad at all. Top two is always good. And of course, you can collect a few extra items from that second place finish. But he's the one, the best entertainer in the city of Chicago, the best actor. He is the best comedian, ladies and gentlemen, soon to be across your screen, across this beautiful country of ours, grand US of A. He's looking to make America better. He's the one. He's the only. He is Kelly Lee Williams!
It's all about making America better through entertainment and through sports commentary. And as I'm going to do that with my cohorts, Gabe, Danny, and Jerry Ryan!
You know you're all just copying Oprah when you do that.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Really?
It works for her.
She got rich. So that's what we do that.
Wait, are we allowed to say her name without permission?
Right? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Never mind.
So, yeah.
We're going to start again?
You're gonna delete that part, right?
No, we'll
Never
be
mind.
fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't think her people will be calling us.
These are Oprah's people we're talking about, Jerry. They're watching. Somebody's like, Oprah, y'all need to get a look at this. Trust me.
Hey, come on down to Sunday Brunch. We're here every Sunday. It can start at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We can start at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., the fastest 2 hours of sports conversation, the fastest 2 hours of sports conversation. Again, world famous Serenella's Restaurante Italiano, right here in the heart of Wheeling, on Restaurant Road, the corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue. Before we get started, we got to bring our man in. Well, Derek McIntyre is over here at the Omelet and Meat Carving Station. Derek, come on in here, man.
Yeah, man.
How are you, brother? We know you're busy, but we got to steal you away, man.
Love this guy.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great today.
Good. You're looking dapper, man. How's the Outlet Station, Beach Station coming along?
Well, it's going.
Yeah.
It's going. Once you guys get a chance, you come on over there and get you something to eat.
You know what? A good friend of mine called me yesterday. Incidentally, my birthday was yesterday, and so I'm celebrating all week long. But she said, "Hey, Jerry, why don't you go with the white for the omelet?
The white,
the egg
white?
Yeah, the egg white. So maybe you could dish something up. Last week's omelet was like, it was out of this world, man.
Well, thank you, man. That's a healthy choice. We always advise everyone to eat healthy choices, you know?
You know what? And of course, when we come down here to Serenella's Restaurante, it is always a wise and healthy choice to eat anything here because the brunch, the spread is out of this world. It's phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. Thank you so very much. You know what? We'll get you back in here later on, talk a little bit about the Bears, get your perspective on what you think of the Matt Nagy 2018 version, and what you expect during the regular season. Derek McIntyre, the chef here at Cernello's Restaurant de Italiano. I think they're backing up over there, Derek. He is the man. And gentlemen, let's get into it.
Yep.
We'll get a chance to break down the Bears, believe me, from the quarterback to the defense, to the injured players, to the guys trying to make the teams. But first and foremost, the Bears improved to 2-2 in this preseason. Their fourth preseason game playing over at Soldier Field this weekend. They end up knocking off Matt Nagy's former team, former club, former boss, 27-20 on the lakefront, the Bears. And Danny Carlino, we'll start with you and get your perspective on what you thought, what you saw from that game. And he was speechless, folks.
You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing things a little differently. I get that. But, you know, the main thing people come away with is the fact that, you know, this is typically the third game. This is the fourth for the Bears. This is where the starters play at least a half,
Right.
close to it, if not more.
Right.
And that did not happen. So I don't know how you evaluate it. I mean, is it good that they won? Sure. But what do you do with that? And I get the tactic, but so the last game usually when they basically just put the uniform on and wave to people.
Right.
You know, they're just going to make the number.
Right.
So now what do you do? So you're going to have your starters not play 2 weeks in a row before you start the regular season?
Exactly.
I get protecting them, but I mean, at a certain point, you can't have them in bubble wrap either.
No,
And they got to play.
No.
And they can't just play against each other in shorts
Yeah.
during practice. That's not. You need to get the feel of the game.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Matt Nagy said that the reason he didn't start many of the starters in this fourth preseason game was the fact that their practice sessions have been going so well, and they've been picking up the plays, Gabe Delgado, that he felt we don't need to scrimmage against or the preseason game against Kansas City because these guys are on point, they're playing effective. 3-hour practices up there at Hallis, so he felt, hey, you know what? My guys are good. They're clicking on all cylinders. But I'm mixed emotions. Because I understand, like Danny said, protecting your players. You don't want them. You got to get that 53-man roster healthy and going into the regular season. But again, they have to get in game shape. They have to get in game shape. And I thought that game 4 should have been the game they had to get out there and get some game under their belt.
Well, you talk about protecting their players, and that was the main objective. They had a lot of stars get injured, especially in that Denver game. Leonard Floyd just had hand surgery. They're talking about him playing with a cast for this season. So I kind of understand that, but at the same time, you know, you want your guys to get reps. You take a look at the limited amount of snaps the starters did play, and they looked extremely rusty. And if you come looking like that in the season opener, it's going to be a long year. And I kind of think that it's probably a bad idea. I understood why Matt Nagy did it, but at the same time, you know, you got to get your guys out there at some point.
Yeah, you certainly got to get them. And from what we're hearing in Game 5, they're not going to play any of the starters as well, Danny Carlino, as you mentioned, which to me, now keep in mind, Matt Nagy isn't the only coach in the National Football League who's pulling his quarterback. Jared Goff, I don't think he's played a snap during the regular season. We know Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay Packers didn't play in their third preseason game. So there are a few quarterbacks around the league. Their coaches are saying, hey, you know what? We're going to leave you on the shelf, and we're not going to let you get touched, and we're just going to get you ready for the regular season. Kelly Lee Williams, and one other thing that bothered me as far as these players not getting out there and get a quarter of action or half of an action. What really bothered me is the fact that Matt Nagy, and you touched on it in the opening of this program, that he didn't notify the media or anyone about these guys, the starters, not playing. And if this is an afternoon game at Soldier Field, and you're bringing your family out there, and you want to see your 2018 Bears, and no offense to the second streamers and the third streamers, but that's what you're seeing, I think that was a little bit of disservice to the fan base of the Chicago Bears. What did you think?
You say disservice, I say fraud.
Oh!
This man should have told the public that he was not going to start the starters way before an hour before the game. Andy Reid, the coach of the other team, knew that Nagy wasn't going to start the starters, okay? He called him and said, oh, I got so much respect for Andy Reid that I need to let him know that I'm going to play the starters or my first string. So why didn't he tell us? Why didn't he tell the people he's working for? Why didn't he tell the people that paying money that are going to go see this team in a preseason game and expect to see 1 or 2 snaps of the starters and they don't even come out? That's fraud. But they're not going to give any of that money back, are they? They're not going to give any of that money back.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't think McNair's going to come come to your house like you did with the
No,
season ticket holders? Like,
that won't be happening.
And you mentioned
Here's
Jared
$20 back.
You mentioned Jared Goff, and you mentioned Aaron Rodgers. Jared Goff, right? I'm going to make sure. Jared Goff is coming off a playoff season with a winning team, Rams. What did they win a division? Yeah, I believe. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron freaking Rodgers. I don't think we don't have to doubt what he can do. Mitchell Trubisky hasn't started more than 25 games in his life, college and pro combined. You mean to tell me that this dude wouldn't benefit at least from 5 or 6 snaps in a real-time game where the other team is actually coming to hurt him and not coming to touch the red vest? This was wrong. This was a bad move. If they do not start out hot against this Green Bay Packers team, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay for this team.
And it would have been a really good test because Matt Nagy came from Kansas City. Maybe Kansas City knows what the Bears are going to do somewhat. Even as vanilla they want to be, they may know what he might. If he can pass that, that's a good sign. Again, I get minimizing it somewhat, because obviously Plan B.
He didn't minimize it. It's down to 0.
Exactly. So
it's
like,
completely. This is a useless preseason game. We can't talk about this game because I'm not talking about Race Banner or what is his name? Chase.
wasn't that the guy from the Hulk?
Yes, Race Banner. No, that's Bruce Banner.
Right. Or David Banner.
David Banner, whatever, that guy. I mean, yeah, he scored some touchdowns. He played against the defense that he knew for the last 2 years because he was with the Chiefs. He knows that defense. Of course he should have scored some freaking points against this defense. All right? No, not impressed. Not impressed with what they did with this game. None of us are. I mean, let's face it, none of us are.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's for maybe 6, 7, 8 guys to see if they can make the roster. That's really what it comes down to. And these other guys that's going to get cut, if someone else will pick them up. But in essence, Matt Nagy and the coaching staff, they feel that they have the personnel, they feel they have the talent, and they feel that these guys have grasped the playbook, Gabe Salgado. And again, 3 hours of work every day up at Hallis Hall, and it's closed to the public, closed to the media, so we don't know what's going on up there, but they seem to be impressed with what they have seen on the field, going mano a mano, 11 on 11. It seemed like the coaching staff feel, hey, you know what, we're comfortable with going into the regular season against Green Bay.
I'm glad they have the confidence, but if they can't translate that over the regular season, it's going to be a big problem for the Bears.
He said he feels like they're ready. You know what? I feel like I'm ready to be the Prime Minister of Australia after Mr. Turnbull got fired.
I'll vote for you.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm not. But I feel like I'm ready for that job. That's just about the same thing that he's saying about his offense, about a man that has started 25 games in his career. Not impressed. What are we supposed to do with this?
In the first game, so what are they going to forfeit?
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna bring it up.
More or less, Danny.
We're gonna bring in Lindblom starters. Lindblom. We need Lindblom starters to come in.
Calling all high school athletes.
I guess you can say to Coach Matt Nagy's credit, it seems to be a precedent that's taking place around the National Football League. There are other coaches around the league who are not playing starting their quarterback, during the preseason, and they're not letting their starters get much playing time as well. Now, I don't know if this is an underlying storyline that the coaches and owners are trying to press the league and the owners and the commissioner to shorten the preseason and extend the regular season to 18 games.
You're forgetting one word. Winning coaches. Winning teams are not starting their first rigor. You see what happened to Tyrod Taylor with the Cleveland Browns? You see what they're doing under? They're getting their heads beaten because they need to prove that they can play the game.
Sure.
But they're not doing that on the Bears, are they?
But do you think that it's in the near future, Gabe, that the league will sit down, Roger Goodell and the owners will sit down with the Players Association and say, you know what, this preseason is a waste of time. We could generate more revenue. We talk about the season ticket holders who didn't get the chance to see these guys at Soldier Field against Kansas City. We can increase the revenue. We can extend the season to 18 games, eliminate preseason to 2 games. It's a win-win situation for everybody.
Well, the only concern that I would have with that is, one, how would you evaluate your talent? Would you still be allowed to have 90-man rosters? When you take a look at how they've cut down and how often you can go full contact in practice, that's how you evaluate your talent. You cut down those practices, how are you really going to evaluate the other 40-something guys in your roster that are going to wind up, getting cut or landing with other teams? Also, when would you start your season if you're only going to have a 2-game preseason? And how much longer would the regular season go? There's a lot of variables that will need to be sorted out for that to happen. happen, and that's why the players
No,
union has been so
I
resistant.
mean, if you start an 18-game season, yesterday's game would have been game number 1 of the regular season. The next, the 5th game there, that would be your game 2. So it's just a matter of, instead of playing preseason games, you now label it. You take the pre out and you now label it regular season, and those preseason games become regular season games. So you don't necessarily have to miss a beat because you have the OTAs in the spring, you have Bourbon Aid training camp where you're working out, and then you get two preseason games, and then you just go right into the regular season, starting late August.
That's an end around around the players. These players should not be playing 18 games because that means all of them have to play every quarter of
But
every
here's
game.
the deal, Kelly, and you touched on it. Instead of a 90-man roster being reduced to 53, now maybe you got a 90-man roster reduced to 63 or 70 players. Because in an 18-game, you guys are right. In an 18-game schedule, someone's going to get hurt. People are going to go down. Fatigue is going to set in. So you have to have that depth chart to make sure that you can bring other players in week 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. And so you're going to extend the roster. Again, that's why the players would have to get together. Players Association would have to get with the league owners and say, you know what, it's a win-win situation. More guys are going to get jobs. There's going to be more money to be made. There's got to be more sponsorship and advertising. Speaking of sponsorship and advertising, feel free to sponsor and advertise here on the
Rewind Sports 60.
Just give us a call, 847-777-0140, 847-777-0140 to advertise and sponsor on the Rewind Sports 60. But that's going to generate, and of course you talk about television revenue, and with all the streaming devices and things that are going on, it's more money for the National Football League and for the players.
And more danger for the players. Because after week 15 and week 60, what are we talking about? What serious injuries are happening to the players because of the grind of the season? And now you want to add 2 more games at the end of that?
Yeah, but the rules are protecting the players, Kelly.
But not after 18
games. If I touch you like that, 15-yard penalty.
And like
if
you
I
said,
go down like that, 15-yard penalty, suspension, and fine.
And like you said, there's still a violent game. It's still a very violent game, and there's no rule that's really going to prevent that. And the wear and tear on these players right now for the 16 game going into the playoffs is immense. It's immense. And you want to add 2 more regular season? And what are they going to do? I mean, I just don't, it doesn't make sense to go.
Well, let's not forget the other thing that we're missing here. Can we actually get the players' union to come to the bargaining table, because the players' union and the owners' union are not getting along and haven't gotten along for quite some time.
Indeed, that national anthem thing is not going to go away either.
No, I think it ends in about a year or 2, right? I think 2020 is the next time they meet up. So
there's going to be a lot of issues on the table.
But again, if the players come to the table, we're going to take a short time out here from the world's famous Ciaranello's Restaurant, the Italiano, right here in the heart of Wheeling. But again, you're talking about generating revenue, and if that's going to put an extra $2, $3, $5 million in the player's pocket, and of course, protection as far as what they're going to get, insurance-wise and what have you, that's a part of the negotiation right there. So these 2 games, hey, they still have to suit up, as you talked about during the preseason, and half these players don't want to be out there standing around. Hey, hey, thanks for coming on out. We appreciate you. Hey, good to see you. They say, hey, man, if I can make a game check for 2 extra games, count me in. Count me in. And if you got sponsors and you're being endorsed, Nike or Gatorade or Hanes or all beef hot dogs or whatever, dude, sign me up. Because again, they're going to be able to make some money.
It's easy for someone like us on the outside of it to say that. But a week 15 player saying, I got 3 more games coming up, and my body's as much as hurting as heck. It's like heck. And we can't take breaks in these games. These aren't preseason games.
But that's already taking place, Kelly.
It made. Do we want to see teams at their best in the playoffs? I mean, it's a bit of.
We will not see the teams at their best in the playoffs after week 18. After 18 games, we will not.
What's going to happen is what they're doing now, we're going to take a short time out. What the players are doing now, that's why they have a depth chart. For instance, yesterday, the Sweets game, Sunday, Kansas City, I think, and we'll get a chance to talk about the quarterbacking situation. Chase Daniel fired to at least between 7 and 11 receivers. 7 and 11 receivers. So he's distributing the ball to different players. There's a rotation going on in there. So you can't always imagine that these guys are going to be playing. Jordan Howard, they're looking to see if he can average 4 to 5 yards on first down, because that changes the dynamics as far as moving the ball down the field, which means might not necessarily be out there on third and short yardage. Okay, so you have players that you're shuffling in and out.
You're assuming that Mr. Trubisky's going to move him down the field. We have no idea when he's going to do that. We may never get past the 50-yard line the entire year.
He's crazy. Hold
okay?
your thought. He's Kelly Lee Williams. Kelly Lee Williams. Of course, Gabe Salgado, the one, the only one. He is DC, the Italian Stallion, Danny Carlino, yours truly, Jerry Riles, broadcasting from Sierra Neville's Restaurante right here in Wheeling. Come on down. The fastest 2 hours in sports conversation, the best brunch, not only in Wheeling, but in the whole landscape of Chicago, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rewind Sports 60. Lock it in.
Chase Daniels not invited.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Bucks! Woo!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. If it's Chicago sports you want, you're in the right place.
Hello, Chicago!
The Rewind Sports 60.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now, let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rewind Sports 60. Jerry Ryan, the Italian Stallion, Danny Carlino, and of course, Gabe Salgado, the best in the business, Freelance Sports, right here in the city of Chicago.
Is there cannabis oil in that smoke machine?
Take it easy, take it easy.
It's good for business
Kelly
in a
Lee
restaurant.
Williams!
That is a wonderful idea. That is going to happen later.
Most mellow sports show.
Right?
Yes. And if you
we
guys
talk
are
about
just
Chase.
tuning in, we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course broadcasting from Sierra Neville's Restaurante Italiano. A programming note, our season has concluded on CLTV. Season 2 will be starting up in a matter of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. So keep it locked in, keep it watching the website, go to the website. It's the RewindSports60.com. THE RewindSports60.com. We'll have some updated information as far as our second season on CLTV. It was a lot of fun. It went really, really fast, and there's more in store. We want you to be a part of it. Also, feel free anytime throughout the broadcast, give us a call. Our number is 847-777-0140. 847-777-0140. And before our timeout, we open up and talk about the Bears' 27-20 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs.
But before,
2-2
but before we do
on
that,
the
Jay,
preseason. Yes.
you did not let anybody know it was your birthday. I had
It's
no
your birthday.
idea.
It's your birthday.
yesterday. So, Mr. Rogers,
Yo.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Jerry Wild. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Jerry Riles, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Kelly Lee Williams.
You gotta get a song.
It's not quite Marilyn Monroe, but it'll do for now.
Hey, it's fine.
Better.
Hey, let me say this, Kelly. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Jason Williams. This is the second time I did that. Jason Zenner, our technical director, celebrated his birthday a day before mine.
What?
You celebrated yours.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Lee August in the house.
Yeah.
And your birthday just happened to be the 6th-month anniversary of my being on this show. I started February 25th.
Boom.
That's my first show.
Boom.
And 6 months later, we're getting a season 2.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, really? Thank you, brother. So, I mean, I've been having a time of my life, y'all. 'Cause you guys, I mean, we're actually talking about real stuff, except when we go to Chase Daniel. But everything
Well,
else
we'll be
has
doing
been
that
very
shortly,
real.
too.
He's real life. He's like
Yeah. Yeah.
quarterback like.
But
Don't get him started.
yeah, happy birthday to all of you August babies
August
out
in the
there.
house.
If you're born in August, happy birthday to you. Leo/Virgo, happy birthday. And
Mostly Leo.
Many, many more, that's for sure.
A lot more Leo.
Yeah. Kelly, now speaking of which, you saying happy birthday for me, but, and I appreciate it, and the good thing about it is I didn't have to come out of my pocket, but you do this
For a living.
for a living.
Yes.
Tell the folks, our fan base, what we're talking about here.
I write and perform singing telegrams. I call them Kellygrams because I'm clever. But I take information, like 3 things from a person that you want a song to. Don't give them flowers. Give them something that they'll remember. I get the person's name. I get 3 things about their personal life. I'll either create a rock, rap, jazz, whatever type of music you want, and I will write the words and go out there and deliver it wherever you want to deliver it. Except a funeral, I won't deliver anything in funerals because that went really bad last time. But everywhere else, I will deliver like hospitals or work, schools. I love people going to people's schools. Okay, Kellygrams. You can talk to us on the Rewind Sports 60 if you want one, and if you do, half price. Half price if you go through the Rewind Sports 60. You know what I'm saying? Because we love making people happy, sports and music.
How do they get to you?
They get to me by kellywilliamsak@gmail.com. If you want to email.
What is that again?
Kelly Williams, AK, like Alaska, but not Alaska anymore, @gmail.com.
Now you say in your music, and I heard you mention rap.
Yes.
There's gangster rap included in that.
Absolutely gangster rap included in that because you know what? You can do it with your back into it. Yes, it all
Hey,
includes.
let me tell you something. If 50 Cent can be performing at Ravinia in a couple weeks up here,
Yeah.
Nice.
anything's possible.
Nice.
Kelly Lee can do that
Hey,
too.
look. 50 Cent wants to perform at Ravinia. A lot less likely a chance he got shot over. He's been through that before.
That's true. That's
to
true.
avoid
You
in the
just had to
future.
go there.
Yeah,
didn't
you have to
Daddy?
go
I'm
there.
just looking out for his benefit. So is his agent.
He
Like,
might be
let's
the
go here.
He might be the one packing, man.
He can buy and sell all of us. I don't
Yeah.
think he needs to check us.
And you know, I hate to transition this way, but you mentioned funerals. And I have to say condolences to my good friend, his family, Clifford Thomas. Roman, if you can get a shot of this. He passed away about a week ago unexpectedly. And we just had his funeral and buried him yesterday, as a matter of fact, this weekend. And it was very, very tough, very difficult. We grew up together on the south side in the Brainerd area. And it's just very, very difficult. He and I have been friends since, grade school. And he was just here at Cerinolo's when we celebrated my daughter's graduation. And of course, was at the house a couple of weeks ago. And it was just unexpected, got the phone call. So
Sorry for your loss, my brother.
thank you. Heart and soul and prayers go out to the Thomas family and my dear friend Clifford Thomas Jr. May he rest in peace. I know he's in a much better place and preparing the way for the rest of us when it's our time. But
Right on.
God bless my good friend, and he's done a heck of a job raising his kids, his family. They certainly should be proud of him, and he's left a endearing legacy. So Cliff, thanks for the fun and the memories, and God bless you, and we'll see you soon. But getting back to sports conversation, thank you for taking that time and being a part of that. And Kelly, we're not trying to, but condolences to you and your family as well.
Thank you. My mother, Catherine Williams, passed away on August 17th at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time in Lansing, in Washington, Michigan. My sister was with her. I could not be with her because, ironically, I was performing in the finals of the one, and it felt like that she may have passed just in time to come over here and see me do that performance. So I felt her energy, and my mother, thank you for doing whatever you could to keep me, Carrie, and Jerome, my brother and sister, safe. And rest in peace, mother. Thank you.
Thank you.
And John McCain. Senator John McCain, thank you for your service. I was in the Army 5 years, 114 days. He was one of the best, one of the best and brightest in our country. And we all owe John McCain a debt of service, a debt of gratitude, because he spent his entire life defending this country. He right up to the end. He saved the Affordable Health Care Act. I don't care what anybody else, but his thumbs down, he saved the Affordable Health Care Act. That could have went really bad, and he said no.
You may not agree with his politics, but just like you said, shows our country made
Yes.
sacrifices.
Yes, he made.
Survived a POW camp.
5 years in a POW.
And not just that, he is also one of the few in his party to stand up to the current presidential administration. Let's not
Indeed.
forget about that as well.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Exactly.
Thank you, and rest in peace, sir.
And yeah, for our current president to say that he's no hero because he got
Man,
caught.
let's go to sports,
This
Jerry.
gentleman was tortured.
Yes.
May he rest in peace, and
Yes.
condolences go out to his family. And one other, unfortunately, and hopefully take care of yourselves, take care of your
Yes.
family members, and remember to say I love you. Rita Ford, our Sungate Center here in Wheeling, condolences go out to her because she just recently lost her mom as well. So when it's time, we just don't know. The important thing is to be prepared, for sure.
Life moves at its own
Pace.
and we just try to adapt to it.
Exactly.
Like the
Exactly.
Bears move at their own pace.
Yeah.
And we worry about this pace.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it locked in. This is the Rewind Sports
Right.
60. We're going to take a short time out. Come on right back and talk some more Bear football, quarterback situation, and of course the offense and the defensive side of the ball. Again, broadcasting live from the world's famous Sierra Nevada's restaurant there at Taliano, right here in the heart of Wheeling. Come on down for Sunday brunch, 10 to 2 p.m. every Sunday. We're here from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Love to see your smiling faces. Love to see you fill up your gut. Go on out and check out Derek McIntyre at the Omelet Meat Carving Station, the Rewind Sports 60. More in store coming up right after this short time out.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Bucks! Woo!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. If it's Chicago sports you want, you're in the right place.
Hello, Chicago.
The Rewind Sports 60.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago.
Lock it in.
Welcome back to the Rewind 460. I wasn't going to sing You Ready for Some Football, but Kelly.
Thank you for that. I appreciate
Are the
that.
Bears ready for some football?
No.
Yesterday,
No, they're not. No.
Start.
And you know what's interesting? Danny Carlino, the Italian stallion, Gabe Salgado, best freelance sports writer here in the city of Chicago, and of course the best damn comedian, entertainer, actor, period, here in the city of Chicago. And we've taken away that title that he was labeled a week ago. Hashtag fake news, Kelly Lee Williams.
Fake news out of here. I'm the real deal, baby. Real deal in the house.
I thought you were going to show up wearing a muumuu.
You guys said something during the break. You mentioned blast from the past and Coach Mark Trestman.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Matt Nagy is saying pretty much the same thing that Trestman said. We know what happened with that train wreck. That these guys practice well. They look very well in practice. But then,
we talking about practice.
Practice.
Not
You know
games.
who else used to say that? Dave Wannstedt.
we practice good.
The pitch on place.
That is not a good track record so far.
Right,
If you're
exactly.
compared to Dave Wannstedt and Mark
Exactly.
Trestman.
Actually, his is better than Trestman's, but still.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But
Not
it
even
is kind of scary. But again, because you're going up against your guys, and they're fighting in practice, and they're stumbling. We're not seeing any of that, but you got to trust. At this point, you have to trust what the coaches and the head coach is saying.
You do?
Really? We gotta trust the new head coach?
You don't want to trust them.
No.
We have a
not
lot
at
of
all.
people. We have a lot of people in important positions that have no track record.
I think he judges his personnel pretty well.
Well, what did Ronald Reagan used to say? Trust, but verify. We can't verify because why? He doesn't play the starters in the fourth preseason game. We're talking about the third preseason game. It's like, well, wait till the fourth preseason game. That's when they're gonna close.
And they threw us a curveball.
All of us.
They threw us a curveball.
It's ridiculous. And they threw it to us an hour before the game.
Right.
That's not cool. Because the fans are already like, I don't know what we're going to do with this guy, with this Trubisky. I don't know what he's about. He's 9 for 14, and that's all we know. And then you're going to say, we're not going to play him at all in one of the games?
If he's right, if his evaluation is good, and all the things he wants to do prove to work out the way he wants, and Trubisky is great, and all the receivers are doing their thing, and the rotations work, no one's going to remember this.
Right.
But, like I said, during the break, the people will fill in the gap with what they want when you leave the gap there. And there's not enough track record with Ryan Pace, with Matt Nagy, or Mitchell Trubisky. The three most important, the GM, the coach, and the quarterback. Those are the guys.
Right.
To say that it's gonna be all right.
Bottom line, deliver in week 1 or else.
Exactly. They'll judge. Well, not even necessarily a victory, but a decent performance. And after the first 4 games is when you really kind of know what a team is going to be for the most part. And you don't want to screw yourself and be 1-3.
Mitchell Trubisky is Mr. 25 to me. Until he starts the first week, he's Mr. 25. That's all it starts. That's all he has as a starter. And we're supposed to trust that this new head coach is going to make this basically still a rookie. He hasn't finished the season yet.
But again, and I know he's the starting quarterback. I get that. But I think
with a new offense.
Yes, and I think he's equipped with some skilled players around him that can make him look good. I think Jordan Howard is going to be Jordan Howard of the past 2 seasons.
That's only one name, Jay.
Okay,
that's the only
one
name that you got.
That's one name. I think Kevin White, we're going to finally see Kevin White play up to his potential.
Say play.
Right.
If he's
Just
healthy,
say play.
He's healthy.
Just
Right.
say
If
play.
he's healthy for 16 games and never catches a ball, that's an improvement.
That's
the
an
past
improvement.
the past two games for Kevin White, he's shown some very, very good flashes. He stretched the football field. They got the ball down to him. He scored a touchdown in the Kansas. Now, albeit I understand it's against the second and third stringers.
Thrown by Chase Daniel.
But the fact of the matter is, he has been able to stretch the football field. He has been able to run his routes.
In practice.
He has been able to get open, and he has been able to connect with his quarterback.
In practice.
Those are things. That's what makes you better. Practice.
Mark
That's
Trestman.
what makes you better. Practice. These are some bright sides as far as this Bears offense is concerned, as far as I'm concerned,
Assume
Tariq Cohen, we know what his skill level potential is. We know that. These other receivers that they brought in, that they drafted in, we know that they can play. They have the talent to play at this level. Now, can they put it all together? From my understanding, players have adapted to the playbook. They have different schemes. They have a plethora of plays that they're going to be throwing at these defenses to keep them off balance. Mitchell Trubisky just has to follow the mechanics and get the ball to the right individual at the right time. If he's capable of doing that, I think you're going to see some excitement as far as this Bears football team is concerned.
There's another angle that we're not going at yet.
Boom.
The offensive line. Because if the offensive line was decent in any way, shape, or form, this man will be starting in the 4th preseason game. What this tells me that you can't even trust this offensive line to give him 3, 4, 5 snaps against a team that's really coming at him, that's not practice teams, he's not wearing a red jersey, he's going to get touched if this offensive line doesn't do what they're supposed to do. Matt Nagy doesn't trust his offensive line.
Why do you say that?
Because he hasn't played it in the 4th preseason game, and he hasn't played his quarterback in the 4th preseason game. He doesn't trust his offensive line.
He hasn't played his starters.
That's something.
So that's saying he doesn't trust his starters?
That's possible, Jerry.
No,
That is
it's
absolutely
not possible, Kelly.
Okay, this is absolutely possible.
It's not
We'll
possible.
see. We're only going to see in the first week. We're only going to see in the
I
first
won't go
week.
as far as Philly, but like I said, he definitely wants to protect guys because of all the injuries that he's had for the last couple of weeks.
Of course.
Like I said, it's a fishy situation, so people are always going to be suspect of a suspect team.
This is a suspect team. They're 5-11. They're suspect with a completely different offense, completely different team. This is not the same team. They're not building.
And different doesn't necessarily
They're
mean it's better. You
rebuilding.
hope it's better.
Yes,
You don't know.
We don't know. We hope it's better. We have nothing to go off of because last year is moot. All that's gone. We have to go off of what we know of Mr. Matt Nagy right now, which is a man who doesn't start his first stringers in the 4th preseason game of the season. With the Bears fans watching. If this was on the world, this wouldn't be as big of a deal. You did it at home. You don't do something like this at home with fans paying to see this game.
If you're going to a preseason game, this is the one you want to go
Right,
to.
right.
You got to give him some time, but no time at all in any preseason game, much less the 4th one, and the season starts in 2 weeks. That is suspect. And right now, this is a suspect.
Well, we won't find out until, you touched on it, Danny Carlino, probably the 3rd or 4th game of the regular season, if this move was beneficial for this football team. But at this particular time, at this particular moment, it seemed like it is a good move because again, we talked about the 2 injuries from last week, week 3, Leonard Floyd and Shane McClellan. You don't, and we think about this. Your boy Chase Daniel on that drive, he had a great run to keep the offense going. He got a first down, and as he was going out of bounds, he got labeled. He got crunched.
Good, because
The
that's
officials threw the flag, and then they picked the flag up, which was BS, because if a quarterback is going out of bounds and he gets hit, there's a flag. Good. You should protect the quarterback. Good. But let's just say that's Mitchell Trubisky, and he gets labeled.
Then he needs to get hit too, because we don't know what's going to happen. He needs to get up and go to the next play.
Now he's injured on the play.
You're assuming he gets injured.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I'm
Chase Daniel
doing.
get injured?
No, but I'm assuming, Kelly.
You don't care if he gets injured.
The point is,
I was going to say, you
Kelly,
would have preferred to
the
get
point is, you don't want to put your franchise quarterback in that position. And that's what the Bears and Matt Nagy decided on. If you go down, if Chase Daniel go down, he's fighting for the number 2 spot.
Franchise.
He's fighting for the number 2 spot.
Franchise word is
They
in
dropped
quotes.
him, moved
It's
up
in
to draft
quotes
him.
until he plays a down.
Right.
in
But you
football.
don't want your quarterback.
Quarterback.
starting
Just say quarterback.
You don't
yeah.
want your starting
Tom
quarterback
Brady's a franchise quarterback.
going down. You don't want him going down in the preseason game.
But you still
already
don't know-
got 2 starters.
He has to play, Jerry. He has to play. He had to play some.
He's showing what he can do in practice.
But I think Tom Brady's played more, and he's freaking 41 years old.
Ah! The 41-year-old's
And
playing
if
more
you're
than
going
a
to get someone a break, give the old man who's got 5 rings a break.
And he's like, nah, I'm not taking a break because this is going to help
Well,
me
you
win
know
another
why?
Super Bowl.
No, you know why he's playing? Because he's trying to find a connector, a receiver to connect to.
He's so
You see how many receivers that he's gone through in New New England just during this preseason?
Just like the Bears?
Well,
No.
his career, he really hasn't had any prime, other than when Randy Moss was there. He doesn't have any really Hall of
And look,
Fame.
and look at how many new receivers the Bears have. You got to get those guys.
And those guys are doing it. Williams had a very good game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
You take every receiver on the Bears and you put them on the Patriots and you give them Tom Brady to throw to, and they're going to be stars as well. That's what Tom Brady does. We don't know what
That's
Mitchell
what he's trying to
Trubisky
figure
can do.
out. That's why he's out there playing.
Apparently he's already figured it out because we don't need to see him on the field. We already know. He better know.
The Bears, again, Matt Nagy, they know their personnel. They know what they have. They drafted these players to come in here.
But they don't know what they have against someone else.
Against someone else. They know what they have against each other.
Right now, at this point, they're all Madden ratings when you win a video game.
Right.
If you got to press the buttons in anger before you really know if you're any good at it.
But you also have to learn, you guys also have to understand, with Chase Daniel, he knows the system. He knows the offense. He is trying to show Mitchell Trubisky, this is how the offense should run. This is how it should look. This is what you need to do in these key situations to make this system work and to be productive and to get points on the board and W's on our schedule, on the record.
Now, where this Red Bessie going to practice and scores from the run.
If you put Mitchell Trubisky out there just by the game, the playbook, he's going to make mistakes. There's no question.
He needs to
But
make
if he's watching live action on the sideline, and he can see, okay, I see the check down. I see what he's doing with this offense. I see how he's moving it down. Chase Daniels had a drive of, I think, 67 yards, 71 yards, and 88 yards. 3 impressive drives, moving the ball down the field. Mitchell Trubisky can watch this. He can look at this and say, okay, I see what he's doing with this offense. Now he's going to get into the film room, and they're going to go. And you talk about that. Talk about John Gruden. Jimmy.
Do you mean to tell me that our Bear season stands on whether Mitchell Trubisky learns from Chase Daniel? This is what you're trying to tell me right now. We are
That's part
doomed.
of the formula.
Doomed.
That's part of the formula. Were you impressed with Chase moving the ball down the field? Were you impressed?
No,
Why?
absolutely not, because it's Chase Daniel. And he knows this defense. He wouldn't do anything other than this to the Kansas City Chiefs defense, who he threw against in practice last year.
Against the Denver Broncos.
He did
He played well against
I'm
the
not
Denver
giving Chase
Broncos.
Daniel any props whatsoever. This man has started 4 games in 11 years, and you're not going to tell me that Mitchell Trubisky is going to learn anything from this guy.
Here's the problem. How good Chase Daniel is, you hope it never matters.
But it
That's the
does,
point.
because Mr. 25 hasn't shown us anything
His
yet.
job is to show Mr. 25 how to run the system.
So now he's Mr. Miyagi. Chase Daniel is Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax
I
off.
would feel a little bit better.
Yeah, if you want to put it in a simple terms, yeah, that's what he is.
I would.
Where's the bonsai plant when you need it?
Right?
They're carefully trimming.
He needs to.
It can be put
That's
in
all
danger.
Chase Daniel needs to be trimmed. Bonsai Chase doesn't need doing anything else.
But here's what, unless they put a camera in Chase Daniel's helmet, I mean, those checkdowns and that defense
Means nothing to
But it's a
Mitch.
lot different when you got your hands underneath your center button and have to look at it and make adjustments on the fly.
And you're playing against the first stringers. This is not first string football that they were looking at. This is wrong. He should have been out there playing on the
At a certain point, you got to get it off the driving simulator and stop watching
you
videos
guys,
and get behind the wheel.
Again, I'm here to reel you in. I'm here to reel you in.
Yeah, reel us in after the first game.
Because
Let's see what
if
happens.
you're learning a new system and you put a guy out there who has limited playing time on a professional level and he starts to make mistakes, what usually happens is people, and it's just a form of life, people, if they are learning wrong or taught wrong, they continue to do wrong.
They're
Okay?
babying this kid, Jerry.
They have
Everybody
to,
else has.
Kelly, they have to spoon feed him to make sure that he digests this system.
And that everybody
to be
else's
able
team is
to
watching
be
this.
able to run it effectively when they need it to run.
Then what do you say if he doesn't run it effectively once he gets his chance?
If he gets his chance.
He won't get his chance.
It takes them 8 games to figure it out.
Right.
This is already done with.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And we got to go look till next year.
That made 4-10 better for next year, and ultimately I think last year wasn't for last year. Last year was for this year, and they changed everything. So do you want to waste 2? I mean, football is one sport where you can really go from bottom to top more easily
Exactly.
than other ones.
Exactly.
But that doesn't make it guaranteed because the Bears have been trying to go from bottom to top for quite some time.
Bing! 4 years, I
And a
believe.
couple different.
But you, again,
Jared Goff played, I believe, gave a lot of preseason games last year when they went from worst to first. And Mitchell Trubisky should have done the same thing. They should at least follow that. Give him some time in this game.
Hey,
Sometime.
you know what? I'm going to give this coach the benefit of the doubt.
An eye. He gets an eye until he.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. I believe, coming from Andy Reid's system, I believe he knows what he's doing. Now, he's standing on his own now, as opposed to in the shadows of Andy Reid. So,
Big shadow.
yeah, it is the big shadow.
Won a Super Bowl?
No, he's lost.
Has he been to the playoffs?
No, but
Has he had a coach's carousel? Hey, listen, he's done better than our team in the past 5 years, haven't he? Hello?
no Super Bowl. No Super Bowl.
Not many coaches have. Not many coaches have, Kelly. It's not that easy.
One of them was not Andy Reid.
Believe it. It's not that easy.
Mark Levy lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
Boom.
No, and I watched all of them, and it was fun.
Yeah,
It was fun to watch.
it's not that
It was fun to
easy.
watch,
But if you can get your team to the playoffs, especially this team, it's a bonus. It's a bonus.
He's got to get him to for the first game. Let's get to the first game and see what he can do. We don't have any idea what Mr. 25 can do. Trubisky has no clue, really. I mean, all we know is, he's great in practice. Like you just said, practice. Don't do nothing. First game, we can't even talk about it in a real way until game 1, and we see what he can do.
Well, that's fine. But that's why we have the Rewind Sports 60,
Yeah.
because it's opinionated and we're speculating.
And Chase
and
Daniels
that's the
stinks.
beauty of it.
Stinks.
He's Kelly Lee Williams,
Daniels.
Gabe Salgado, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, yours truly, Jerry Riles. When we come back, we'll be joined by our TRS60 clinical mental health specialist, Donita Lake. And she's going to touch on a pretty serious issue that's affecting athletes, not only at a professional level, but the collegiate level and maybe even a high school level. But there are a couple NBA players who said that they, out of Philadelphia, growing up, it was very, very tough and very difficult, and they suffer from a little bit of, we talked about mental depression. The great wide receiver Steve Smith in the National Football League, who just revealed that he suffered from depression during his playing career. Well, there are some athletes that have suffered from depression as well, and in particular, black athletes, African American athletes, who are coming up in impoverished areas. And yeah, they signed their name on the dotted line, and it ain't a big deal, but they still carry the burdens of growing up in the inner city and tough neighborhoods. We'll get a chance to reflect on that and pick Donita Lake's brain as far as what she thinks can help these guys and what may be able to help you if you're suffering from this or a loved one. This is the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from the world's famous Sierra Mills restaurant, the Italiano, right here in Wheeling. Come on down, corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue, Restaurant Hall, the Rewind Sports 60. More in store coming up right after this short time out, folks.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Bucks! Woo!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. If it's Chicago sports you want, you're in the right place.
Hello, Chicago.
The Rewind Sports 60.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago.
Lock it in.
I'm not Steve. I'm having a great time. I am. This is fun. This is.
It's fun.
I love it. There's decent things.
Daniel Murphy, you see what you've done?
Yeah. No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. His dad did it.
What does dad do?
Made him a homophobe.
He's not a homophobe.
He's an absolute homophobe.
What does phobe mean?
Bro, we're not going to go into definitions of homophobe. We all know what it means.
Because
Daniel Murphy is a homophobe.
no, he's not.
Yes, absolutely.
My friend labels me as a homophobe.
Probably
Right?
are. Because you sounded like Daniel Murphy a little bit.
I am.
Yes, because
I
you
sound
don't.
like Daniel
You
Murphy?
just say you don't know that gay.
I wish I had his paycheck.
You know, that's the problem right there.
What?
With black men, when they get their paycheck, what happens? They have to be men. They have to be this way. Now they're not, because they're not trained the right way. They're not schooled
Trained?
the right way.
Now
Trained.
now he's-
Yes, trained. Trained to be a human being.
Let me
Trained
get
to be a
my- let me
human
get my
being
whip.
with open mind. With an open mind. A human being with an open mind. Yes, trained. When you're a kid, you have to be trained to learn to do this, or you don't learn it the right way. If you learn it the wrong way, you talk about being gay lifestyles. That's what you have. That's what happens when that happens. When you don't understand that humans are just human beings, that's when that talk happens.
Hey, Roman, if you could get a shot on this before we get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, come on out. The 5K Fun Run Walk. It's a 5K run, 3K walk. Jenny Chang, the president of Monster Education Foundation. We're taking this, we're having it Saturday, September 8th, right here in Wheeling, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. The Wheeling Park District, right over here at Dundee. It's a, well, it says 333 Dundee, 333 Dundee. You'll see the signs and everything. The important thing to do is sign up. Go to the website, monstereducationfoundation.org, monstereducationfoundation.org. Give me a call. Yours truly, Jerry Rice. I'm a board member. 847-804-4949. 847-804-4949. Come on out. Good night, everybody.
Chase Daniel sucks.